Today is supposed to be day 2 of hunting for the great one, but actually it's going to be day 3 because yesterday while I was hunting for the great one, I discovered something that was pretty cool. And if you didn't see it, it's going to be in yesterday's video, where basically we took down 2 entire herds of whitetail does, and the next day we came back and they were all whitetail bucks. So I came here the other day and there was no... Ooh, that is the max weight buck track that we're looking for. I definitely see our big buck, and man is he big. Wow. Actually, there's 2 pretty good bucks. One on the left, it's like a, I don't know, 160, 170s buck, but the one on the right, man, he's got some mass. That might be a dime potential whitetail buck. It very well could be. So I want to try and tuck in this brush here, and if we can get there, the wind should actually be blowing kind of right back in our face, which should give us a decent wind for that big buck to come in, or at least step out of some of this brush because it's super thick. Okay, I think he's like right there. What is that noise? Holy coyote! Ooh, hello. Ooh. Wow, that came pretty close. I hear another one right there. Oh my god, that's a diamond. That's a dime potential coyote. He's 20 yards away. And I have the 420s equipped too. There he is. He's 18 yards away. Holy. Let's slide over a little bit. We're gonna hold a little bit low. We just smoked him. That's a dime potential coyote. Oh my god. We're out here grinding for the great one. We're sneaking up on a giant whitetail buck that could potentially be a diamond. And all of a sudden I hear a coyote coming in. We got level 6 there. And I hear another coyote because that one took off and I spot it. It's a 9 legendary. So now we're over here trying to sneak up on this coyote. Meanwhile, that big buck should still be within about 40 yards out from us right here. And apparently it's going to start to rain now, but that's all right. Should be able to get a pretty cool picture of this guy. Yeah, actually, we'll get a really cool picture if I can pat down some of this grass here. Just like that. That looks like a heart shot to me. Right through that front shoulder. Wow. All right, let's pick it up. He's a gold. You gotta be kidding me. He's a gold by 0.03. 0.03, he's a gold. That's honestly the first time I've ever had a 9 legendary coyote not be a diamond. But we took him at 19.6 yards away and made a perfect double lung shoulder blade shot. Did we hit the heart? Oh, we did hit the heart. A perfect double lung heart shot at 19.6 yards away. And he's a giant coyote, just didn't quite make diamond. Oh man, so close. But we gotta get him mounted. I mean, he's absolutely huge. 0.3, he missed it by. And we'll grab our arrow. Now, let's try and get back over here and get this big buck, which is the initial thing that we tried to do in the first place. Well, there's one of the bucks. It's not the right buck, but either way, I definitely want to get that buck as well. So we'll take him down, and we just smoked him. Perfect shot. So we'll pick him up. I don't exactly know where that other buck went, but not a bad neck spinal cord shot there. 161. I think he might have ran this way. Doe tracks. There's his track right there. He should jump up here any second. All right, this should be our chance right here. If that's him, it's definitely him. He's 150 out, kind of walking out there, but he should cut back. You know what? I don't have time to wait for him to cut back. We're just taking him. Perfect neck shot at about 150 yards out, and we laid him right out. But we got him, and that's going to be a spinal cord neck shot 168 yards out and a 209 gold. Perfect shot right there. We actually got lucky that we didn't hit a little bit higher because we probably would have caught the skull and then we went to got gold, but perfect shot on him. All right, so in this case here, we actually have 2 bucks and 3 does. So I think we're going to take down 2 bucks and then maybe 1 doe because it's not really a very good looking herd. We should probably set up a tripod even though we don't really need one, but it's always good to have one just in case. Looking at about 250. Well, we hit the doe and that buck, but if we don't get another one in that buck, he stopped just in the right spot and we got another one into him. That should take him down. Yeah, the reason I think the tripod is so important, even when you're only going to take down 2 or 3 deer, is because sometimes you take 2 or 3 shots, right, and you have 3 deer hit, but you're trying to finish off one of the deer and you accidentally hit a different one. Well, now you actually have 4 deer hit and you're going to have 4 hunting pressure, so you're actually going to eliminate that zone just because you accidentally hit a different deer without having a tripod. If you had a tripod set up, you'd be fine. Nothing's really going to change. All right, so we got one right here. This is going to be... Oh, there's the doe. Left lung stomach shot, and here's the buck. And double lung shoulder blade shot at 228. So we only did hit that buck once. Oh no, that's one of the bucks. So this is the other buck. We ended up getting 2 bucks and a doe. This is the one we hit twice. First shot, a little bit high. The second shot, we did get the, looks like vertebrae at 245. Actually, this spot, here's the spot where I did have that happen. I had 3 bucks out here, and one of them I hit in the intestine, so I tried to finish him off. But a doe cut in front of that buck, and I ended up hitting that doe, so that completely eliminated this zone just because I accidentally hit a deer that I wasn't even trying to. Had I had the tripod up, we would have been just fine. Well, at least we still have some whitetail buck tracks here, so that means they really might not be too far away. Even though we took out the zone, looks like a new herd of whitetails moved in. Question is where would they be? And I think we found the whitetail. Okay, good. I was gonna say I was hoping we could get a drinking zone there, but that's actually a completely different zone with kind of the same exact bucks though. There's 3 bucks out there, so if we could get for sure. Oh, you sucker! Well, we definitely got 2. There was a doe there as well. That other buck kind of bolted to the right on me and cut through that brush, but I think we got 2 at least, so I'll take it. Can't really do much about it now. So here's the zone. How many? Ooh, there was actually 5 here. We saw 3. And we got this buck down here. 128. Double lunged him. So not a very big one. Ooh, we got a doe right there. But either way, here's this buck. This is the second buck that we got. And if we don't find that other buck, we hit him 1 time in the back hind quarter. But it probably would have been a heart shot had we not hit that hind quarter there. Not a bad buck, a 186 whitetail. Looks like there was actually quite a few deer here. I definitely want to check out this spot. Look at this. Wow. Got a doe track there. But let's check how many animals. There was 5 here. Was there a buck? Here's the question. There was 1 buck. And there was a max weight buck too, so we definitely want to be able to try and find out what that was. Maybe we'll hang tight here and hope that he comes back. Well, we didn't have to wait too long and we already have movement here. Looks like we have 2 white-tailed deer coming in. I can't tell if it's a buck or a doe. But right there is definitely a whitetail. And I think, ooh, that is definitely a buck. That's a big buck. That's kind of what I thought might happen. Stopped right in that super thick brush. He's only about 100 yards out, but there's no way we can hold up. What is that? That's our buck. I believe that is definitely not the same buck that we saw. I think that actually might be the buck that we tried to get before. So I guess in this case, we're just gonna slide over here and see if we can't find, I think that's our buck right there, actually. I can't really see him very good, but I mean, I can see him good enough for a shot, for sure. He's right there. Is that him though, or is that a different buck? That is not him. What I don't want to do is shoot the wrong buck. Take a shot at a buck and then have a big buck run away. That's what I don't want to do. That is not him. All right, so what we're gonna do now is go all the way around this pothole here and try and get a better angle to find. I thought that that was a dime potential whitetail when I saw that rack, and that is a dime potential whitetail buck. 230 to 270. I think 255 plus is diamond. That definitely has a huge chance in being a giant diamond buck. Okay, so there he is. He's 109 yards away. We don't have a shot, so I'm gonna try and call as much as we can and hope that we can get this big buck to come out. Come on. Well, if he doesn't want to come in, I guess we can't make him. So what we're gonna do is put the spot and stock on him. We're gonna sneak up about 50 yards, and we're gonna take him down probably with a bow, because within 50 yards, I feel like we should probably just use a bow. And he's pretty big. All right, guys, we just snuck up to about 50 yards out from our giant whitetail buck here. He's not at a very good angle, so we don't have a shot, and we really can't get any closer. All we can do now is be patient and kind of wait for him to eventually start wandering this way. And when he does that, hopefully we can cut him off. Well, I think we're gonna try and slide over a little bit here and see if we can't get kind of a better angle at him. I mean, I'll take a single lung shot if we get one. I don't really mind the angle, but it's just a brush. I prefer a broadside shot, but at this point we can't be too picky. But there he is right there. He's 42 yards away, guys. I think we're gonna take this shot. You can kind of see he's quartering at us a little bit, but if we hold tight for that front shoulder, I'm actually gonna zero in for 40 and I'm gonna hold for the heart. It should bust through that shoulder blade, and we should be able to get at least a single lung. Here we go. Here we go. Perfect shot. He's down. Yes! We got him. That's a huge buck. I thought there was a bunch of deer here. It looks like everything took off, but here he lays right here. A massive whitetail buck. That is definitely our biggest buck of the Great One Grind hunt so far. Let's take a cool picture and let's pick him up. He's a diamond, a 256.7 diamond whitetail buck. We took him at 44 yards and made a perfect shoulder blade double lung shot. We got maybe like a 2-inch raise. I mean, because honestly, I was kind of holding for the heart and double lung. So he was definitely smoked, and that thing is incredible looking. He's for surely going in our trophy lodge. I absolutely love this rack. I've loved this rack ever since before this rack could make diamond. And every single time I would get a buck like this, I always wanted to get it mounted just because it looks so cool. But the fact that it actually makes diamond now is so much more special. So he's definitely going in our trophy lodge, and I'm so happy about that buck. And as you can see here, he's a 14-point whitetail buck with an overall spread of 34 inches. But honestly, the way that I would score this is basically, I would say that that's probably like a 22 inside spread, because the way that you measure an inside spread would be from the inside of kind of the curve here to the inside of this curve here. I wish that they would actually show you what the actual inside spread is, because it just shows you tip to tip an overall spread, which nobody really uses that really hunts. So I would call that a 22 inside whitetail buck, and an actual score, I would call that like a 190 or 200 scoring whitetail buck that was 22 inside and a 14 point, which is absolutely phenomenal looking and tons of points on him and just an awesome buck. I'm so happy with that. But here's where he came from. I was just showing you that we had a zone over here before. The Kraken Rope bridge is over here by the Leighton Lows. We have a tent right here. I've had some really big bucks here in the past, and I accidentally shot a doe that ran in front of a buck that I hit, and I lost the zone here. So I thought for sure that buck would come back, but I've always had a zone over here, and that's where that big buck came from. Right here he was drinking at about 1400 in the afternoon, and we took him down right there. Now, before we continue on with this hunt, I want to clarify something. A lot of people are saying you're using the range-finding bow sight, but you're not actually using the rangefinder on it. And no, I'm not, but I am kind of using it as like a pin. So in real life, you have pins. You could go like 20, 30, 40 or 20, 40, 60. So in this case here, we have the zeroing perk. So if I actually hit the zeroing perk, on the bottom right corner, it says 44, which is kind of like stock where it starts off. But I can zero in for 20, 60, or 40. So 20, 40, and 60. So that's actually how I do zero in. So I am technically using it. I'm just not actually using the rangefinder on it. So if I see a buck at 20 yards, I'll just keep it zeroed in for 20 yards. And I'll just hold a little bit low because it's actually shooting a little bit high right now. As you can see, I held a little bit low right there and we hit pretty much in the center of that little circle right there. You want to use kind of like just barely the tip of it. So if we try and put it right in the middle of that A, we'll hold the hair low. And then if we go over here, we hit right in the middle of that A. And both those shots there are right on the money too. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, just a little bit of a 411 for a lot of people that have been asking about that. Looks like we got 2 does over there. I think I do want to take down one of these does though. Was there a buck in there? Man, that kind of looks like a buck, doesn't it? Looks like a vital hit here. Oh no, that's the same deer. Okay. So this is the doe. Right lung shot. And then I think the buck ran through here somewhere. Doe, doe, doe. Alright, maybe we should take down another doe here because... Oh! Holy! We shot the wrong deer. I mean, those are some big bucks. Both those are beautiful bucks. Alright, we might need to throw that tripod up because there goes both the bucks right there. Did they run? I don't think it actually spooked them. Yeah. Whew! That was money. Where's the other big buck? Come on. Bull there. You know what? At least we got one. We'll have to come back here again. Now that we know there's 2 huge bucks here, we got one down. So next time we come here, hopefully that other buck will be here and we'll get him another time. But for now, at least we got one of the big bucks. And that reminds me, we actually shot another doe where we should probably pick her up because she ran through here as well. I thought, oh. Speaking of the devil, here she is. It was a buck. I thought it might have been a buck. Remember I told you guys I thought it might have been a buck? And it was a good buck. A 187 and actually hit not a bad shot. Running away vertebrae shot at 227, but that's kind of cool. So there actually was 3 bucks and 2 were max weight, then that buck there, and we took down a doe as well. Very nice. I'm really happy with that actually. Right here he is. Looks like we passed him up a little bit, but this should be a pretty good buck. I couldn't tell which one was bigger. Honestly, they both look pretty big to me. But at least we got him. And a 213. Got a neck spinal cord shot at 135 yards. But a perfect shot right to the back of the neck there with a 30-06. Very cool. I just got eyes on a couple more big whitetail bucks cutting through here. And there's also 3 or 4 does with them. That's one of them right there. And I think that's the other one right there. They're both pretty much the same size, so it really doesn't matter which one we go for first, but I definitely want to try and get both of them. So for surely what I want to do is take down both these bucks and then potentially take down one of the does as well. So let's see if we can't get on them. Maybe we'll take down this one first. Smoke both of them. And I think we just got a good hit into her too. That should take her down. All right, cool. Both of our bucks are piled up and the doe shouldn't go too far. That's exactly what I wanted to have happen. Yeah, that worked out really good because the front buck was super close to us, but I knew if we would have taken a shot on him first, then the second buck would have bolted. But we got him second, a 222 right lung liver stomach shot. And then this buck here is a 213 double lung heart shot at 123. Perfect shot on him. And it looks like we smoked the doe as well because we got a nice vital hit. And there she is piled up right there. Yeah, left lung at 150. Alright guys, let's head back to the trophy lodge and take a look at our giant diamond whitetail we took with the bow at 44 yards out. Here he is. He's going to score 256. He's a huge buck, and that is going to be it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.